Hi everyone, Morgan here. I am I'm standing in my air-conditioned home. We love air conditioning. It is literally the best. What happens when the power goes out and it's 90 or 100 degrees outside? I have definitely lived in temperatures that high without air conditioning, and it's tough. But there are ways to stay cool in a power outage with or without a generator, and I'm gonna tell them to you right now, right here. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So when we lived off grid, we lived in the high desert, and it definitely got to 100-degree temps, okay? It was normal. And now I am living in Texas, where again, during the summer, it's definitely gonna be getting to 100. It's already in the 90s, high 90s, low, mid, high 90s, right? So it's getting hot. Air conditioning, we love it, right? But here's the problem with air conditioning. One, we get acclimated to the cooler temps of our home. So when we go outside, it maybe feel good for like a second because we're so cold, you know, inside our nice little home or whatever. And then we go outside and we're like, it feels so good. But after a minute, it's gonna start getting really, really hot, right? Especially when the humidity is added on top of it. So one strategy that you can start doing right now is start acclimating yourself to the warmer temp. Just go outside, just sit down in a chair in the shade and just sit down. Drink some nice hot coffee on the hot day. No, I mean, whatever, you know, hot coffee is not the greatest thing on a hot day. I do it, but it's not the best idea. Grab your water bottle and preferably an electrolyte and go outside for like 30 minutes to an hour and just sit there. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to go for a walk. You don't have to go hiking. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just sitting in a warmer area than your air-conditioned house will get you cooler. Think about it. You probably go from one air-conditioned space to another air-conditioned space, so your body never has time to acclimate. Imagine 100 years ago when there was no AC. People had to literally get through the hot temps by, well, they had a little more efficient homes. They had like, brick or stone homes, which were way better. There are even homes that were like built underground, things like that to make things cooler. But I digress. They were outside a lot, so they had an easier time acclimating to it. Grid failure during the summer is actually quite common. So here's some other ways that you can stay cool outside of just acclimating and having lots of water and electrolytes. Well, okay, I lied. I'm gonna talk about water just a little bit more because you do need to stock up on lots of water. Stock up on lots of water, bottled water, rain catchment, whatever water that you can stock up on, do it as much as you possibly can. There's never too much water. Put it in your freezer, catch it in the rain, get the bottled water, okay, and just rotate. I had a video recently about rotating water. Go check that out, okay? So you can always have a good supply of water as you rotate it as well. And then lots of electrolytes, okay? You can make a really simple electrolyte mixture with just some lemon juice and a little bit of salt. So here are some off-grid cooling methods. I know this is the part of the video that you're like, give me that information. Okay. Calm down. I'm getting there. Close off any unused rooms. Keep the cool air where you want the cold air to stay. If your air conditioning has been running, go ahead and close off those unused rooms and just stay in one area. Usually the lower the better, right? You don't want to be hanging out upstairs. If you have a basement, that's great. I remember our basement in Alaska. We go down there in the summer. We would just lay on the floor. It was amazing. We loved it. Hang blackout curtains on your windows. You can actually put tin foil up on the windows to help reflect away. So not only do you have the blackout curtains, you have the tin foil, which is now on your windows to reflect that heat away. That has definitely worked for us several times. You can also have like blackout windows and stuff like that. Double pane windows. You need to seal cracks, get weather stripping, go around your windows and your doors and make sure you're weather stripping everything in your house to try to keep that hot air out and the cool air in. But then at night, open up all your windows. Even if it's a little bit warmer still, it's nighttime, so it will be cooler and should be a nice breeze. Open up all your windows, okay, at night. Okay, let's talk about fans. The very first fan I want to talk about is this one. It's a solar power fan. I've done a video on it. I love this fan. My recommendation on this fan is to actually have two of them. One that is constantly running, and then one that you can have out charging, and then you swap them. You could even have a few more so that you have a little bit of air circulation going on with more. And then you're going to want battery powered fans. You can plug some fans into, like, if you have a solar battery bank, but it's really a good idea to have some battery powered fans, any battery powered fans, and then have lots of the batteries. What you could do is actually have rechargeable batteries. That way you can use your solar battery banks to recharge the rechargeable batteries, and then you will go ahead and use those rechargeable batteries in the fans instead of plugging the fans directly into the battery bank. See what I'm saying? Okay. Evaporative coolers is next. So I have done 2 different types of coolers. One is called a swamp cooler, and that's really good for dry areas like the desert, but it's not good for humid areas like Florida, here in Texas. It's, well, some places in Texas. Yeah, it's really not good for super humid areas. There is something that I've done, this one, that is a really good cooler option. It's not evaporative, and it does use a little bit of power that you're gonna have to plug into like a power station because it uses a fan to like circulate and push the air out, but it works. You know, it does use ice, okay, but if you freeze water bottles, you can actually use those frozen water bottles in that cooler system that I DIY'd. We recently got these headbands. These are stay cool bands in which you just dunk in water and you wrap it around your neck or head or whatever. It keeps you cool. It works. We tried it the other day on a super humid, super hot day. Oh man, it was a million degrees difference, okay? It was so nice, okay? These, any kind of these cool wraps, but these one in particular, oh, so good. Okay, I'm not sponsored or anything by them, but we bought them, and oh man, so good. We put them on our baby. She loved it. The kids loved it. We loved it. Everybody loved it. So highly recommend those. Little mist bottles or the little like hand crank fans, those are really good too. Just know that hand crank, you know, you're exerting a little bit of energy doing it. It's not that big a deal, but you could get like a battery powered fan, you know, it helps a little bit. You could do little misters, you know, on your face. It does help. Just literally dunking your head in water is gonna help too, right? If you have like a little kiddie pool in your backyard, that's something that is really gonna help. Okay, get that kiddie pool into the shade. Everybody just hang out in the water. That's honestly one of the best ways to stay cool, especially if you don't have a pool. Now, if you do have some sort of public pool nearby, head to that pool. If your neighbors or friends have a pool, head to those pools and just stay cool in the pool during your power outage. It's gonna help tremendously. Or of course, rivers, lakes, any of these things that you can jump into and stay cool for a little bit. Heat illness is serious, and I've put a checklist down below to where you can go download for free of these things that you need to be looking out for and stockpiling. What you should be doing right now are a few things. Number 1, stock up on plenty of water and electrolytes. 2, get the battery powered fans, at least a couple so you can have like a little bit of air flowing around, okay, not just one. 2, go ahead and either get a swamp cooler, DIY the swamp cooler, or make that other cooler that I was talking about. And I also recommend getting these cool towels as well as part of that. Make sure that you have blackout curtains, or you are ready to start putting up tinfoil on your windows, or blacking them out somehow to keep that heat out. There's one window I'm staring at that just every single morning blasts the sun into the window, and even with the blackout curtains, it's so hot. And lastly, start acclimating. Go outside for 30 minutes to an hour a day. Just sit there and start acclimating your body to the heat. So those are my top 5 actions. Be sure to download that free download with those 5 actions, as well as a whole bunch of other tips that I've mentioned here in the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Stay cool and stay safe.